pulling up to the channel, man. Hey, we got a banger right here. So this video will be either the top 3 realistic ways or the top 3 fastest ways Shiba Inu coin can get to 1 penny, or the top 3 ways Shiba Inu coin can get to 1 cent. So, this is just, something I put together, you know what I'm saying? Remember, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research, do your own due diligence. Do not come crying to me. Remember, if you're investing in crypto and you can't handle a 60 to 80% dip, right now crypto is not safe for you. It's very volatile. So, stick to stocks or, bonds or ETFs, something a little less volatile. But, we got a quick announcement. Y'all know we got a couple interviews coming up on the channel. One of the subscribers, shout out to Brandon, for pulling up on us. He made $20,000 his first week in crypto. Also, I got an interview for one of my students coming that made $20,000 in 1 day. You know what I'm saying? In 1 day. You know what I'm saying? There's no cap. We have our own Facebook group where I give out free alerts and, I respond to questions and everything every day. It's called Private Stock Market Game. And that's where y'all can also see all the results and, to everything that I'm saying. But check that out. It's real dope, man. We got over 1,600 members in there right now. So by the time y'all seeing this, we might have only a couple hundred more, room for a couple hundred more, because I'm thinking about capping it off at a certain limit. So we got the book of the day. Also, for y'all that don't know, we're doing a $1,000 giveaway. A part of our $1,000 giveaway, we picked our first winner. If you want to enter that giveaway, make sure you go watch the home video on the channel. But we picked our first winner last Friday. We're picking a winner each and every Friday. Shout out to Krishna for that. If y'all want to see the proof of the screenshots of her getting her money and everything, y'all can go join the group Private Stock Market Game. But we got this book right here, Overcoming Rejection Will Make You Rich, by Larry Diangi. 12 ways to turn rejection into unlimited abundance, success, and freedom. Fire, y'all. But also, my book is available right now on Amazon. You can click that. The link is in the description section. If you are serious about learning how to invest, go get that ASAP. Also, my stock market options trading course is available. If you want to learn how to trade in these markets, you know what I'm saying, and get it in, that's available. Also, my crypto course is available. Reach out to me via email. That's in the description section. Also, almost $2,000 in free stocks in crypto. So let's get into this. Notification squad, let me know y'all here, man. So we got a few ways that this could potentially happen. First off, I wanted to show y'all, start off, see where we at for the day. So it's looking like we up about 9% on the day, doing good. If y'all would have bought those dips like I've been telling y'all would be well off right now. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always try to tell y'all to average down. You don't have to wait for, you see it to take off again. You want to buy it while it's on sale. Because think about it. If it was down just, I think it was only down like a couple percent yesterday. Actually, it might have been up 1% while everything else was down. But just let's say it's down, 10%, right? And then now let's say the next day it's up 20%. Look how much money you just made. You know what I'm saying? That's why you want to buy in at those dips. But right now we got market cap of 3.4 billion, fully diluted 8.7 billion, and a circulating supply of 394 billion. No, that's 394 trillion. So we got 394 trillion tokens left. I believe yesterday we were just at 95. So we might have burnt a trillion. But I want to break this down for y'all and just show y'all how this could happen a couple ways. So for y'all that haven't seen, I did a video breaking down the entire Shiba Inu ecosystem in the shibaswap, going through the leash token, bone, XSHIB, X bone, T-bone, X leash. We broke down everything for y'all line by line. We went through the entire white paper. If y'all haven't seen that video, I'll try to add it somewhere right here in the video. But if y'all don't see it, just go scroll through the channel. You'll see it, man. Trust me, it's fire. But if y'all remember from that video, they said they were releasing their doggy DAO, which was a decentralized autonomous organization. So what that is basically, in short, the ability for the token holders to be able to vote on potential changes to the code or to the contracts. So for the purposes of when I'm looking at my channel, the most people that are watching are beginners and new people into crypto. So I don't want to get too technical and scare anybody off. I want to keep this as relatable as possible. But so I'll be explaining this in basic terms. But they basically created a system where people who have the most tokens can basically vote on how the code or the contract will continue to move forward. Now that's important because if certain issues arise later on in the future, they have a way to be able to, tap back into the contract and, change something that, might have been wrong. So I'll give y'all a couple examples of this. So what is an on-chain governance? On-chain governance is a system for managing and implementing changes to cryptocurrency blockchains. In this type of governance, rules for instituting changes are encoded into the blockchain protocol. Developers propose changes through code updates, and each node votes on whether to accept or reject the proposed change. So key takeaways: on-chain governance is a system for managing and implementing changes to cryptocurrency blockchains. On-chain governance includes rules for instituting changes that are encoded into the blockchain protocol. Developers propose changes through code updates, and each node or participant votes on whether to accept or reject the proposed change. So basically the nodes are basically like computers that are like gatekeepers, or computers that are computers. Shout out to Sato Ra, one of the YouTube subscribers, for about to get the crypto course, man. Hey, make sure y'all get that crypto course if y'all haven't. But so basically this is a way for basically certain gatekeepers on the network that validate transactions to be able to vote yes or no should certain changes happen. And it's a democratic vote. The more votes that say yes, or whoever has the most votes for no, yes, that's who wins basically. So understanding on-chain governance: a blockchain network is a system that contains a distributed ledger similar to a shared database. Transactions are recorded on the blockchain and shared with all of the participants. Whenever a new transaction is conducted, a new block needs to be added to the blockchain. However, there are consensus protocols which need to be followed for the transaction to be considered valid. Miners, who are also called nodes, verify data to make sure it's accurate and that the parameters regarding the transaction have been satisfied. Now remember, I want y'all to think like marketers and be able to understand and connect the dots between different things. So we finna run it down, so y'all gotta hold on. This one is a little, we gotta put a couple dots down first before y'all can start connecting, but hold on, it'll make sense real soon. So once miners have completed their verification process, the results are submitted to a network after review by other nodes or participants and consensus has been achieved. A new block is added to the network. Miners usually receive some type of compensation for their efforts, which is called a proof of work system or process. So participants in on-chain governance, unlike informal governance systems which use a combination of offline coordination and online code modifications to effect changes on chain governance systems work only online. Changes to a blockchain are proposed through code updates. Improvement proposals to make changes to the blockchain must be submitted by developers. A core group consisting mostly of developers is responsible for coordinating and achieving consensus between stakeholders. Typically, on-chain governance involves the following stakeholders: miners who operate the nodes which validate the transactions, developers who are responsible for core blockchain algorithms, and users or participants who use and invest in various cryptocurrencies. So let me just try to quickly break this down and make it a little more understandable. So basically, these are the people who have power. So the people who can present different changes to the protocol or to the blockchain are the developers. So the community can make their voice be heard and get this out to the developers via their Telegram groups, their social media pages, and different things, and can voice their opinion on different changes they want to propose. But it would be up to the developers to actually propose, or the core group to propose that change to the overall network. And now the people who have voting rights on this network are these three groups: the miners, the developers, and the users. The miners are the people who are validating these transactions, or depending on which cryptocurrency, are minting or mining these different coins or tokens. But and users are just us, the people, the retail investors who are investing in different coins. Because let's say, for instance, Shiba Inu, they have the bone token. So you'll have to either dig or bury your Shiba Inu, and you can receive bone in in exchange for that. Now, Bone is the token you'll need that will give you voting power. So if you don't have any Bone, you won't have any say so in how the network or how the protocol or the contract or the code begins to move forward. So when there's a vote that comes up, you basically won't have any say so. So this will be a powerful thing, because this will make people desperate to get Bone, because they will want to have power. Trust me, it'll be some big players that step into this that want to have power in the future say so of how the Shiba Inu ecosystem, is ran basically. So that's one thing I want y'all to see. So stakeholders in the process are provided economic incentives to participate. For example, each node can earn a cut of overall transaction fees for voting, while developers are rewarded through alternative funding mechanisms. The participants or nodes can vote to accept or decline the proposed change. However, not all nodes have equal voting power. So it depends on how much coins or how much, of the tokens you have. That is basically the weight of your vote. So nodes with greater holdings of coins have more votes as compared to nodes that have a relatively lesser number of holdings. If the change is accepted, it is included in the blockchain and baselined. In some instances of on-chain governance implementation, the updated code may be rolled back to its version before a baseline if the proposed change is unsuccessful. So let's just read a little bit more, then I'm gonna get to the next one. Types of on-chain governance. Trust me, y'all wanna watch this. Types of on-chain governance. Implementation of on-chain governance differs between various blockchains. For example, Tezos uses a form of self-amending ledger. Proposed changes are implemented to the coin's blockchain and rolled out onto a test version of the chain. If the planned changes are successful, they are finalized to a production version of the blockchain. If not, they are rolled back. Definity, a startup that is using blockchain to build what it claims will be the world's biggest virtual computer, unveiled a plan to adopt a hard-coded constitution on its network. The constitution triggers passive and active actions. An example of the former might be an increase in reward size for blocks, while the latter might involve quarantining certain parts of the network for updates and rollbacks. So really, I want y'all to start seeing how this vote can really affect how a coin, or how projects move forward. That's the purpose of what I want to show y'all, that is very much possible for a vote to make something happen. But we're gonna get further into this real quick. Current governance systems in Bitcoin and Ethereum are informal. They were designed with a decentralized ethos, first promulgated by Satoshi Nakamoto in his original paper, Concerns about On-Chain Governance. Critics of the system claim that this form of informal governance is in fact centralized among miners and developers. They point to two prominent forks in the cryptocurrency ecosystem as proof. So this is an example basically of votes that made other cryptos in the past basically change or go split, and they call them forks, where they change the previous way that changed. They basically changed from the previous way they were operating. That's why they call it a fork. So they were operating this way, and then they fork off to start doing something different. So this is the one about Ethereum. The first is a split of the original Ethereum. So a lot of y'all wonder why y'all see Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. This is why right here. The first is a split of the original Ethereum blockchain into Ethereum Classic and Ethereum in 2016 as a result of a hack into the system in which 50 million worth of funds were stolen. A hard fork was performed to secure the network and return the stolen funds to their original owners. A hard fork is a major change to a blockchain's protocol that might make previous blocks or transactions valid or invalid. A hard fork requires the developers and nodes to agree to the upgrade or change to the protocols. Sometimes a hard fork is not agreed upon by all participants, which can create concern, debate, and criticism. Keep that in mind, y'all. The Ethereum fork was widely debated by the community, as was whether to support Ethereum Classic or Ethereum following the fork. Critics argued that this was a contravention of the widely held code as law principle, in which the governing parameters for software are laid down in the original code, basically meaning the code is law, like can't change, law is law. Whatever the code say, we don't want to change it from that. That's how it is. Others have argued that the fork demonstrates that malicious attacks on the system can be dealt with effectively, restoring the funds of those involved. So I want y'all to drop in the comment section real quick. Let me know, what do y'all think about that? What do you think if you were a part of that vote back when Ethereum in 2016 was hacked? Would you have voted to keep it as, code is law? Like, okay, they hacked it, it ain't nothing we can do about it. They got away with that one. Let's keep it the same. Or would you have been a part of that group to vote to fork it into a different way where you can basically erase the blockchain and basically reverse the money that you sent to, or all the money that the hacker stole? Would you vote to keep it the same way because code is law, or would you say let's change it and split it and fork it off into a different project now in order to bring this money back? Let me know. I'm curious on that one. So here's another example of Bitcoin. A lot of y'all don't know Bitcoin forked. In 2017, Bitcoin also went through a hard fork, which resulted in two separate blockchains, the original Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. At the time, the Bitcoin community was trying to determine how to improve the network scalability or the ability to process more transactions at the same time. As new transactions are added to a network, only so many can be processed simultaneously. For example, Bitcoin could only process 1 megabyte of transaction at a time, which led to delays in transactions being completed. During the fork, a proposal to increase the average block size in Bitcoin's blockchain was rejected by the cryptocurrency's core development team. They rejected the change despite the fact that high transaction fees made Bitcoin's use as a medium. Shout out to Robert, man. Appreciate you for hey, shout out to all the subscribers, that keep me up to date on certain things. Like, if y'all find something and it is new, bring it to me. We'll drop it ASAP. But shout out to Robert for being on top of everything. But where we at? Okay, so in 2017, Bitcoin also went through a hard fork, which resulted in two separate blockchains, the original Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. At the time, the Bitcoin community was trying to determine how to improve the network scalability or the ability to process more transactions at the time. As new transactions are added to a network, only so many can be processed simultaneously. For example, Bitcoin could only process 1 megabyte of transactions at a time, which led to delays in transactions being completed. During the fork, a proposal to increase the average block size in Bitcoin's blockchain was rejected by the cryptocurrency's core development team. They rejected the change despite the fact that high transaction fees made Bitcoin's use. Shout out to David, man. Appreciate you for rocking with the channel. The only constituency that benefited from high transaction fees were miners. In the end, a renegade group of developers and miners moved away to create their own cryptocurrency with variable block size. The hard fork between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash was done, in part to increase the processing limit from 1 to 8 megabytes. So that's just examples of how it can happen with Bitcoin. It happened with Ethereum. It happened with the best ones. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind. So that's just one thing I want y'all to see with that. So also, here's another example. Wait. So governance, why crypto investors should care. So by most measures, the 2016 initial coin offering for venture fund Decentralized Autonomous Organization, that's DAO, was a success. Billed as the largest crowdfunding project in human history, it raised a record $100 million worth of ethers in less than 2 days. That's crazy. So DAO was, remember, DAO, doggy DAO. Come on, y'all got to connect them dots. So was a stateless and decentralized, meaning that its operations were not tied to a specific geographic area, and it had a flat organizational structure. DAO token holders could vote on projects for investment, and the relationship between them and the overall organization was governed by smart contracts on Ethereum's blockchain. So pay attention to that. Listen to all these different ways that we've been hearing how these votes can, affect the project moving forward. We done seen a couple different examples of what it can do. So, but a hack which exploited security vulnerabilities in its code and resulted in the theft of 55 million worth of ether foiled its ambitions. The question of what to do with the remaining funds cleaved the Ethereum developer community. Large investors in the project demanded a hard fork, which would have refunded investors by creating a withdrawal function in the code, but developers argue for a soft fork, which would have frozen funds and prevented the hacker from cashing in on the stolen ether. Underlying their argument was the code is law rule, wherein the code pertaining to the original blockchain should remain immutable regardless of hacks. The money guys won, and a hard fork created Ethereum, while the original blockchain continued as Ethereum Classic. So this is a very important part. You see this? The money guys won, aka the people that had the most money invested basically won, and they got to get their hard fork, while the original blockchain continued as Ethereum Classic. So they basically punked the original Ethereum out of his spot and just, deboed it basically, and became the original Ethereum, and made the original Ethereum switch its name to Ethereum Classic. That's wild, y'all. So that's just the power of even how the team itself can be at odds, and it's split off like that. So I'm just trying to show y'all that a lot of things are possible with this voting system. Now keep that in mind. So equity, this is another thing. So this is why I feel Shiba Inu will definitely be going up, because you can only get Bone token by having Shiba Inu. So the more bones people want to have, they'll have to have more SHIB, and they'll have to stake those, or provide liquidity. So that's going to increase the demand on Shiba Inu coins. Also is going to raise the price of Bone token, and then that's going to create some of those big players that want to get in there and be the money guys, and the ones that want to be able to control if they can, the say so. Trust me, y'all, they're going to eat this up. They're going to eat it up. They will not allow this they will not just allow the masses, just everybody to control all the power. So there'll be a lot of people trying to fight to. That's what I'm trying to say. There will be a lot of fighting to buy up these tokens, because people will be trying to have a power struggle for who will basically have the most say so when it comes time to vote. And that's just going to send everything through the I'm telling you, straight through the roof, y'all. I'm telling you. So this is exciting. You know what I'm saying? If y'all can start connecting some of these dots, we got some more information to drop, and I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to break it down and show you exactly how it can end up being a penny. Trust me, it's going to be fire. So as of writing this, Ethereum is the second most valuable cryptocurrency, while Ethereum Classic is ranked 64th. Trading in DAO tokens was discontinued. So basically, Ethereum, the new Ethereum that punked the original Ethereum, basically is number 2 now, and sent the original Ethereum all the way down to number 64. That's crazy. So just pay attention, y'all, what can really happen. But so why cryptocurrency governance matters. The equity markets have clearly defined stakeholder structures for investor recourse. These structures have resulted in governance systems that protect investor interests and prevent rogue executives from running amok with the company. But cryptocurrencies have largely been shielded from similar oversight. The DAO hack is just one example of governance gone wrong within cryptocurrencies. Similar situations abound. So, for example, okay, so we read this already. So we'll go to this next part. That's just examples showing y'all. So here's an example of a lot of people's favorite coin right now, Cardano. Here's them talking about a vote on the official Cardano page. So, survey: if Cardano voting were available today, would you vote to burn 1 billion? So now we're talking about how we already know that voting is the thing. We know that the DAO tokens, or doggy DAO, or decentralized autonomous organizations, allows these investors or teams to basically vote on how things will move forward. So they're asking here, if Cardano voting were available today, would you vote to burn 1 billion Cardano? This is something that this was an old post from 2018, but it's just so this has been talked about. Burning tokens is not a new thing for y'all that don't understand what that means. That just simply means sending tokens to a wallet that is unusable, or a wallet that that doesn't have a key to it. So that means once the tokens are sent to that wallet, there's no way for that wallet, for those tokens to come back out of the wallet. They can't be reversed. You can't send them back out of the wallet. So once it's sent to that wallet, it's considered dead or taken out of circulation. So this just showing voted. See in the chat, I burned 10 billion. No, I would vote to print more. Look at Bitcoin, 100% mined. I will play devil's advocate here. Some people think Bitcoin is hurting itself by generating 12.5 new Bitcoins every 10 minutes, or about 75,000 in new coins. and that these new coins contribute to market decline and already bear market. Personally, I think the mining process is well proven, and the only way to keep Bitcoin running is to reward the miners. ADA is not mine, then why should people run stake pools? Yes, people are paying a price for the Bitcoin system that happens all along the way, and yes, it seems to be unwise choice for now to buy Bitcoin. So, and remember, this is 2018. It is the end. So it's basically just, different people giving their opinion on the burning of tokens. So I just want to show y'all just, some activity of communities talking about this. So burning 1 billion tokens sends a message implying that devs did not choose the correct max supply in the first place, and that lack of demand is a problem that needs a reaction, a quick fix. Besides gaining some publicity, I do not see a positive result from this. Now remember, there's always two sides to this. There's some people that would be in agreement with burning tokens, and then there will be those on the side that believe that they shouldn't burn tokens. But that's why we got the DAO to be able to vote on it. So I would rather people see that as Cardano develops, the community is confident that there will be growth in use that will justify the supply that we have. Burning coins also implies that they are not valuable enough on their own to justify keeping. So basically, this person is just saying, like, if they had to burn tokens to decrease the supply, it would make the project look just a little less worthy. Like, it couldn't hold up on its own. It wasn't strong enough to gain that hype or that traction to build up and break out of that. Because, there's several reasons you would want to burn tokens: to either decrease the supply, to increase the coin value, or, for, other reasons, to make it like a more, to make it, more exchangeable during actual purchases. Like, let's say, if you have a token out with a quadrillion tokens, it'll be hard to kind of use that for everyday transactions because there's so many coins out there. So some people want to reduce the supply so that way, it's more usable. So that's basically what he's saying. He doesn't want the image of Cardano to look bad by having to burn coins and making it seem as if the coin can't hold up on its own. So Cardano is clearly valuable enough as a top 10 coin, so I don't see a need to make it more valuable. Also, where are these coins that will be burned going to come from? They represent money, so if they are in the coffers somewhere, wouldn't it be better to spend them on something? Even if it would take a year or so, you could give away training courses and buy publicity in 100 different ways. Burning tokens is the equivalent of erasing CM from a ruler and remarking it in inches. Value will adjust itself unless you are just hoping to increase the value of your current holdings, which is a selfish goal. I have seen so this person is basically saying, because that's one thing that happens if you basically burn the supply, it will temporarily, boost up. It's a psychological thing that people can see the price go up because because the amount of coins in circulation is reducing. So supply and demand would actually boost it up, but it would basically level itself back out. That's why this person is saying value will adjust itself. It's basically like taking the centimeters off of a ruler and just, remarket it in inches. Basically, it'll be the same thing. So, but I'm going to show y'all a way that it wouldn't be. So I have seen some reason on this thread as to why coins should not be burned. Okay, so we'll just go to the next one. So that's just showing y'all that it's possible. So corporate governance for complex cryptocurrencies. So the Bitcoin has just forked. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I just want to keep it simple real quick and not really go over too much because a lot of these touch on the same things. Okay, we don't have to go over this one. It's pretty much saying some of the same things. So now we're getting into more token burning. So token burning, what is it and what are the benefits? So we went over voting, how that can happen. Now we're covering more of token burning. So while burning a financial asset might sound extreme, burning crypto tokens is a fairly common event. Token burning is a strategy followed by cryptocurrency projects to influence the price of a token or coin in the market. This is done by permanently removing some tokens from circulation. While the major cryptos, Bitcoin and Ethereum, don't have token burning programs, many strong altcoins use it. For instance, Binance has a target of burning 100 million BNB tokens. While there are similar practices for both USDT tokens issued by Tether and XRP coins issued by Ripple. How does token burning work? The goal of token burning is to remove a certain quantity of token from the circulating supply. One of the most popular ways crypto projects carry out a burn is to buy a certain amount of tokens from the market to get it out of circulation. These tokens are then transferred into a frozen private address called burn address or a burn wallet. It's a one-way address with no ability to reverse the transaction or withdraw the coins. The burn address to which the tokens are sent can never be recovered because there is no private key corresponding to that address. For all practical purposes, the asset no longer exists. It has been burned, basically. So basically, this is similar to how it says one of the most popular ways a cryptocurrency carries it out is to they basically buy it from the market, then take it out of circulation. That's basically like a stock buyback program. So it's basically increased the same way a company would buy back shares from the market and to decrease the circulating supply to increase the overall value of the rest of the shareholders' stocks. This is the same thing pretty much, but the crypto version of it. So a good example is the Binance quarterly burns, with the most recent one happening in July 2020. The company has burnt around 60 million in BNB tokens since the inception of the quarterly burns. Ripple, a top digital asset, also does this but uses a different method. It reduces the number of transactions allowed on its network, limiting the possibility of a DDoS attack, which disrupts the normal traffic of a service server or network. Another way is by taking the fees used as gas to make a transaction happen faster than usual. This reduces the supply of XRP circulating in the market on every transaction done. So that's basically decreasing the supply or burning the supply. Stellar, another cryptocurrency company, so that's XLM, Stellar Lumens, proceeded with a token burn of 55 billion of XLM to increase the coin's value. So they burned 55 billion to increase the coin's value. Now look how valuable XLM is now. This burn effectively reduced the supply by over 50%. So we have examples of them reducing coin supply already of over 50%. I'm just showing y'all this is possible. Remember, this is not financial advice. The price effect on XLM was quickly noticeable in the short term, moving from 69 cents to 88 cents in a day. In one day, the price went from 69 cents to 88 cents, around 25% from November 5th to November 6th. Even stable coins like USDT, GUSC, USDC, and HUSD have conducted burns of over 2.8 billion. This provides transparency of the reserves once the funds are added or retired. When there is a deposit in reserves, the tokens are minted. When there is a deposit in reserves, tokens are minted. The burning happens when the coins minted into the reserve are withdrawn, regulating the circulating supply and keeping the balance stable. So what are the benefits of token burning? There are several benefits of token burning. The most well-known benefit is that token burns may result in the value of the coin increasing. The XLM example mentioned above is a good reference. So basically you can increase the value by just burning off some tokens. So that, it always doesn't work like that, but that's one way that you can do it. So like many tokens, however, XLM fell during the virus crash, but since late April 2020, the token stabilized, reaching the 10-cent mark in July of the same year. It hit 10 cents. Now it's over right now it's down because the entire crypto market is down. Remember, I tell y'all, when y'all see y'all positions down, each crypto is down, you looking down your portfolio and everything is red, just take a step back, look at the overall market, check to see if the entire market is down. And if it is, then just know that's normal. There's nothing you can do about that, but just sit back and wait. Sometimes the best thing to do is nothing. Sometimes you just got to sit on your hands and wait. But so let's see. In the case of XRP, the constant burning keeps a steady value of the token and also bets for a long-term price rise. Using metrics from the same period and considering the same crash factor, the price has remained around 28 cents to 31 cents from November 2019 to August 2020. From the community angle, you could argue that token burns are a form of airdrop due to the value of community holders' tokens increasing. For example, Project X conducts a token burn. Afterwards, the supply reduces and the value of the tokens appreciate by 10%. Accordingly, this has made every community holder's token more valuable than it was before the burn. Hence, Mr. Y, who holds 1,000 units of Project X tokens, would have had the value of his holdings appreciate by 10%, even though he still holds his original 1,000 units. In essence, Project X just did an airdrop to every token X holder who didn't need to spend a dime to increase the value of their tokens. Perhaps this is one of the reasons community members are endeared to projects that announce they will conduct periodic token burns. Many projects even employ this as one of their marketing tactics. So that's just something I want y'all to see, to understand a little bit more about token burning. So let's look at another one. So cryptocurrency burning, can it manage inflation? So we obviously just, read a little bit of that. Let's check out this paragraph here. In the past year and a half, digital currencies have come to prominence in the both daily news as well as investor attention. There are still many prominent holdouts, but more and more investors are buying into the importance of digital currencies and blockchain technologies. As a result, in just 12 months, the aggregated value of all cryptocurrencies skyrocketed more than 3,000%. The fact that some investors managed to get very wealthy very quickly off of a trendy new investment area has only fueled further interest in the space. Even in the short time in which digital currencies have grabbed our attention, there have nonetheless been certain trends that have come and gone. Bitcoin was one of the first major trends in the cryptocurrency space. Shortly after that, privacy coins like Dash and Monero seemed to be at the rage. Now it seems another procedure has become one of the trendiest parts of the digital currency world, coin burning. So we know what that is already. So we already have a basic understanding on that. But I just want y'all to see that this is something that's not new. Coin burning is something that definitely can happen. So that's one of the ways. So now I want to get through a couple things first before I can, give y'all a little marketer's perspective. So now let's look at this one. This is another crypto called CRO, 70 billion CRO to be burned. So the largest token burn in history, this was at this point, the largest token burn in history, an important step to fully decentralize the network at mainnet launch. We've long believed that the world needs to fully decentralize open source and public chain with high speed and low fees. Use cases driving mass crypto adoption through payments, DeFi, and NFTs all need this critically important infrastructure. Aligned with our belief and with our CRO chain mainnet launched just around the corner, we are fully decentralizing the chain network. Here's the first step. 70 billion CRO will be burned according to the following schedule. 59.6 billion will be burned today, 22nd of February 2021, and 10.4 billion is currently locked in a smart contract and will be burned monthly as it gets unlocked. This will increase the circulating supply of CRO from 24% to over 80%. The remaining 5.9 billion CRO supply will be distributed as follows. So 5 billion CRO will be allocated to the mainnet block rewards for chain validators and delegators, which help secure the network. And 0.9 will be allocated to Particle B for chain ecosystem development. And that's it. That's 100%. So basically, they're just showing you that, a lot of coins can be burnt. A lot of them. So here's one token right here, Sensorium. So we don't got to go through this whole one. I just want to show y'all this token burns 70%. So Sensorium Corporation is burning 70% of the minted Senso supply by the end of April 2021. This decision is set to adjust the supply following a successful private token sale and ahead of the release of its white paper 2.0. The document will outline new use cases for Senso, NFT, and DAO. Remember that we keep seeing this DAO a lot when it comes to voting and burning tokens. So the doggy DAO, come on. Connect those dots, y'all. and details on imminent blockchain migration to the Polkadot ecosystem. So why burning Senso tokens? It's only natural to wonder why this sudden adjustment to the token supply. According to our initial plan, we created an ample supply of tokens to conduct private and public sales. The first private sale provided sufficient funds to support further product developments. For that reason, our team no longer considers the public sale of Senso tokens a viable option. That said, this token burn will eliminate the exceeding supply and ensure a proper and healthy development of our ecosystem. Shiba ecosystem, doggy DAO. Come on, y'all got to start connecting these systems. I'm not saying, or these connecting these dots. I'm not saying this is the exact way it will happen, because each coin, each project is doing what's best for them, doing their own little thing. But I'm just showing y'all that this is possible. This is something that could, eventually come about. So here's another thing. This is even with Ripple. So the Ripple chief technology officer says a majority vote would force the burning of billions in XRP. This is on CoinDesk. Y'all can come back and check this out if y'all want to. So Ripple chief technology officer David Schwartz tweeted the community could force the burning of billions of the protocol's native XRP tokens held in escrow to prevent the drop in price that would likely occur should those billions in frozen tokens ever flood the market. So on December 2nd, On December 2nd, a Twitter user asked the CTO if nodes, remember, nodes are the people who validate those transactions, validators and the community at large got together, and we agreed that it is better for the community to burn the 50 billion XRP Ripple has in escrow. Would that be possible? Responding to the tweet, David Schwartz implied that majority rule would win in such a decision. Yes, there would be nothing Ripple could do to stop that from happening. Public blockchains are very democratic. If the majority wants a rules change, there's nothing the minority can do to stop them, Schwartz commented in response. So I'm trying to show y'all the community can vote what it wants to happen. It doesn't matter what you think it should be doing, no matter what I think it should be doing, it doesn't matter what the developer thinks it should be doing. The community can vote for what they believe it should be doing. So keep that in mind. XRP was trading at 60 cents during Hold on. Where we at? Oh, Ripple's XRP sales have been declining after Ripple stopped selling tokens to exchanges. The escrow account held approximately 48.9 billion tokens at the start of 2020, as there are currently 45.3 billion tokens in circulation. A sudden release of sizable portion of those escrow tokens could cause the price of XRP to plunge. XRP was trading at 60 cents during the time of publication on Friday. The price of the token has risen more than 160% in the past 12 months, and it's already tripled beyond that point where it was at one point in time. So I'm just trying to show y'all the market is growing. The market is going up. This is the year of crypto. Do not take this as financial advice, but more millionaires and I believe billionaires will be created that don't have that, originally traditionally wouldn't have became millionaires or billionaires, will be this year. This will be the biggest year for that. With people with no degrees, people with no professional backgrounds, just people that invested in meme coins. We watched the one video of Crypto Messiah about zero waiting, where he made $60 million in a few months off of Shiba Inu. So y'all, man, you never know what can happen. But let's see. So now another way is through a reverse split. So a reverse split is basically taking an amount of. Usually they do this in stocks. So let's say if there were you had 1,000 stocks or 1,000 shares of a stock, and they said we're gonna do a 10-for-1 reverse split. So now you would have basically 100 shares, because they would take every 10 shares and turn it into one share. So basically the value of your one share would be increased by 10 now, because they're bundling 10 original shares into one, making it one share now. So the value would go up 10x. So that's a reverse split. Generally, they do it in the other way, where they can take one and turn it into more. So like Tesla last year did a stock split where they turned one share of Tesla into 5. So y'all that were in there during that time, y'all know what that was like. That was crazy. That caused a lot of people to want to buy in. These splits cause a lot of just volatility. So that could be a very good thing. So What is a reverse token split? A reverse token split is a process that consolidates the existing number of issued tokens into a smaller number of proportionally more valuable tokens. When extreme market fluctuations decrease the value of a token, a reverse token split often happens so as to boost the token's liquidity and price. Reverse splits are not an entirely new financial concept. It sometimes occurs in traditional securities too, such as stocks. For example, Binance announced that the YFI DAO will undergo a 10,000 for one reverse token split on May 1st. This means that every 10,000 tokens will be consolidated into one token after May 1st. So if you had 20,000 tokens prior to this, you would only have 2 tokens after the May 1st date. If you had 100,000 tokens after the 10 for 1 reverse split, you would only have 10 tokens. So it's simple, just simple math. If users hold YFI down tokens after the reverse split, Binance will consolidate these tokens at a ratio of 10,000 before the reverse split equals 1 after the reverse split. The token balance will be updated after the process is complete. Due to unit limitations, the new YFI down balance can only be updated to 8 decimal places. Based on the reverse split ratio to 10,001 in the total number of issued YFI down tokens before the reverse token split is 100 billion. The total number of issued tokens after the process will be 10 million. Therefore, if a user holds 1 million tokens before the 10,000 for one reverse token split, he will end up having 100 tokens afterwards. So that's just the examples of how that reverse split can basically combine those tokens and give you a lesser amount, and in turn increase the price. So let's say you had 1 million SHIB and they did a 1,000 for one, you would have 1,000 tokens at the end of that. So that's basically how you want to look at it. But your price would also X by 1,000 as well. So we'll break that down in 1 second. Now, this is also something to show you new tokens are talking about doing this. So those of you familiar with SafeMoon, SafeMoon is saying, they'll be under 100 million tokens pretty much in the next 2 years. So the CTO, Chief Technology Officer, Thomas Smith, right now SafeMoon has a circulating supply of, let's see what we got. So SafeMoon has a circulating supply of 585 trillion tokens. They said they will take it from 585 trillion tokens down to under 100 trillion tokens. That would be crazy. I don't even want to try to figure out the math on that, but just imagine. Somebody drop in the comment section and tell me what the math is on that. If they took that down, what would the reverse on that be if they took it from 585 down to under 100 million? That's like 10,000. That's like a let's see. Y'all just drop that in the comment section if y'all know which one that is. But so now I want to just show you an example of, let's go back to Shiba Inu's circulating supply. Just some quick examples. Remember, this is, my math ain't going to be all the way on point. I'm not even going to try and attempt to do the math, because if it's 52 cents off, somebody going to jump in the comment section like, hey, you 52 cents off. You don't know what you're talking about. So I'm just generally speaking in general terms. But we have a 394 trillion supply of SHIB. If SafeMoon can get 500 trillion down to, under 100 million tokens, I'm pretty sure Shiba Inu can follow that process as well. So if y'all don't know, just go look this up. SafeMoon attempting to get their token supply, and the core developer, the chief technology officer, said that would happen. He's a blockchain magician. So we could see possibly Shiba Inu, taking some of these steps as well to reduce their circulation supply, and that would in turn increase the coin price. Let's say they removed 70. And also, a lot of people talk about market cap as well. So we're going to go into that as well. So right now we got 300. We'll just round it off. 394, 796, Okay, so now times 70% would be like 276. So let me see, 394 minus 276. We just rounding this off because these numbers are ridiculous. So that would get us down to basically 118 trillion coins. If we can get down to 118 trillion coins, and we can increase market cap to approximately, this was approximately $1 trillion. Wait, okay, divided by, and then let's just round this off and say we can get it down to about, let's just say 118 trillion. Let's just see what we get. That would give us a coin price of 0.008. If we got there, we would only have to go, what is this, tens, hundreds, thousands. We'd only have to go, what, 0.002 of a cent up to hit 1 cent. Once we get there, once we hit this number, the hype alone will push it to 1 penny. All the communities, everybody will start to get behind this movement once this happens. So let's just say that, somehow they burnt 70% of the token supply. I don't know, let's just say a vote happened to do that. Let's say the market cap increased. Why could the market cap increase? I'm going to give y'all a couple facts. So there's $36.8 trillion in the world right now. Also, 6.6 trillion in circulation right now. For y'all that don't know, technically speaking, fiat currency is also a meme token. There's an unlimited supply. A lot of y'all love to say there's an unlimited supply. Look how high the circulation supply is. Look how high the supply of the dollar is. They can print the dollar at any time they want, and it's centralized. It's not decentralized. We have no vote on it. You know what I'm saying? We get taxed on it, to death. So it's just crazy. But also, do y'all remember last year when Tesla rolled? For y'all that don't know, I'm a Fortune 500 marketer converted into a day trader. I also trade stock options. That's mainly what I do. So Tesla last year converted $1.5 billion from their balance sheet into Bitcoin. The quarter that they did that, they ended up making more money that quarter than they made the entire year from car sales just by investing into Bitcoin. So imagine when other companies start to follow suit to do that. Now, the top 6 companies in the world have over $1 trillion in worth. Some of them are at $2 trillion. So with them having over $1 trillion in worth, imagine them rolling, 1% or 10% of their balance sheet into some different form of crypto. So this is just my argument of how the entire crypto market cap can rise. So different companies can begin to roll their balance sheets or, free cash into it. Also in 2019, the world generated $14 trillion in wealth. 14 trillion. The entire crypto market cap right now is just under, we already broke 2 trillion before, but it's just under it's at 1.6 trillion right now. The world creating, it's only going to exponentially increase. In 2019, we created 14 trillion. I'm not sure how much we created in 2020, but I know in 2020, more money was created in the world than was ever. 75% of the money that was created in 2020 was, or 75% of the money circulating was created in 2020. My bad, y'all. I had to get that correct. But basically, they pumped a lot of money into the economy with all these stimulus packages and all that. That was a lot of, that's meme token. That's straight unlimited supply. When you can just, pass a bill, the Fed Reserve, Jerome Powell can just print out some more money. That's meme token. So for y'all that's saying that have that argument, that doesn't really make sense to me. But think about it. If the world created 14 trillion, how much it did last year. Think about how much it'll create this year. Exponentially, the amount of money that goes into the crypto market will increase. Now, y'all got to remember, this is a new market still, essentially. It's barely, 10 years old. Bitcoin just, barely turned 10. So it's still new. It still hasn't been, the mass adoption still hasn't taken place yet. But let's say we do get mass adoption, right? Let's say we get more companies rolling over balance sheets into it. Let's say we get, you notice a trend of sports organizations are starting to accept crypto. You notice a trend of athletes are starting to accept crypto or portions of their bonuses or salaries in crypto. Come on, y'all. That's only the beginning. Eventually, we'll start to see whole teams begin to take portions of their salaries in crypto. We'll begin to see also more stores, more entrepreneurs. And if y'all remember, Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum, the youngest billionaire, Shiba Inu burned 50% of the token supply to his wallet, and he ended up donating 1 billion of that supply to the Indian Relief Foundation. That was one of the largest donations in history, and might have been the largest donation in cryptocurrency. I believe it is. So that's only going to start a trend. If you notice, all these new meme tokens, they all have a CSR, corporate social responsibility. They have a charitable cause attached to them that they're, providing to, where they're, supporting the cause. That's something that's happening. So let's say more charities. What if meme tokens become the new currency for charities? You know what I'm saying? Because I believe more money is going into charities right now this year than probably have ever gone into charities before. We see charities that probably have never seen more than $1,000 in donations, getting over millions of dollars right now. Look at some of these new, meme tokens, and look at the charities they're sending money to. This is real. They got it, so you can basically trace all these transactions through the blockchain. You can see the wallet transactions, so this is something that'll only begin to get bigger because it's doing a lot of good. So also, if they developed like a community marketing team, like I understand they have people who do, go do it on their own or whatever. But if they really got, I can't give away too much of this, but if they really had everybody on one accord the way that, they could, that would blow it up out the water. And then easily that community marketing team could get the traction from Wall Street Bets. If y'all don't know, Wall Street Bets is a very powerful group of people, or degenerates as they like to say, that can pump a coin or a stock, to the moon. So I believe once Wall Street Bets picks it up, once we get some mass adoption, more people are accepting it, it's doing more good on the planet. We could end up, seeing a voting to burn off more tokens, a vote to do a reverse split. There's several different ways this could happen. And also, remember, we still haven't got a major spokesman. So, like, Dogecoin has Elon Musk. Mark Cuban is promoting Dogecoin, and, certain YouTubers, like for GME and, like Deep Value or Roaring Kitty, those people have spokesmen for those stocks that they believe in. Shiba Inu doesn't really have that official, person like with Elon Musk level. Well, I don't really think anybody has his level of influence right now, but someone on that tier that can influence it. But once we do, it's gonna go to the moon, and it might be Elon Musk. If Elon Musk steps aboard, it's a wrap. Y'all can forget about it. We going to a penny. Y'all already know what time it is. He stepped on board. But also through staking tokens, by staking tokens or burying them, that removes them from supply essentially, which could also in turn drive the price up. And then we got one more way. So people could just get kamikaze with it. And I already see people talking about this. They're burning their own tokens. People are even though it's not, causing too much of an effect, but people are already burning their tokens to basically try to build this trend up of burning down the supply. So imagine if people are already voluntarily, I just seen somebody voluntarily burn $900 worth of their Shiba Inu. So if they're voluntarily doing that to bring down the circulation, imagine if they get that, they get everybody to, burn 10% of their supply. You know what that would begin to do to the circulating supply? Decrease it drastically. And something like that could, eventually make the price explode. So those are 3 ways that it can definitely hit a penny. Make sure, and also with the hype and mass acceptance, that could be another way. So make sure y'all check out, all the links in the description section. I got some fire stuff down there for y'all. I got my Shiba merch on the way. We'll be having Shiba Inu merch. Make sure y'all check that out in the description section. If you want Shiba Inu hoodies, t-shirts, hat, all that, man, we'll have the dopest Shiba Inu designs in the game. Trust me. But We also got to tap into this book one more time before we get up out of here. I appreciate y'all for pulling up on me. Overcoming Rejection Will Make You Rich. 12 Ways to Turn Rejection into Unlimited Abundance, Success, and Freedom by Larry Diangi. Shout out to bro for this, man. Shout out to all y'all. Appreciate y'all. If y'all need that crypto course or my stock market course, just email me for that. Business emails only. If you need a regular question, send it to the Facebook group, Private Stock Market Game. Also, follow me on Instagram at DecemberDeMarco and follow me on Twitter at DecemberDeMarco. Appreciate y'all for pulling up on me. And the code word for this video is unlimited power. We out.